Welcome to my channel. Do you know what stops most people from speaking good English? It's not grammar, it's not vocabulary, it's not confidence, it's complicated words. That's right. The more difficult words you try to use, the harder it becomes to speak clearly. Today, I will show you a different way, a better way, to speak English with simple words. You don't need big words to sound smart. You need clear words to sound natural. Stay with me till the end, and you'll never look at English the same way again. Chapter 1. Why simple words make you a better speaker. Have you ever tried to sound smart in English by using big, difficult words? You're not alone. Many English learners believe that using long academic vocabulary makes them sound fluent. They try words like commence instead of start, or utilize instead of use. But here's a surprising truth. Native English speakers don't talk like that in everyday life. Most of the time, almost 90%, they use simple, clear, everyday words. And that's what makes them sound natural and confident. Let's think about this. What do you really want when you speak English? You want the other person to understand you, right? You want your ideas to come out clearly, and you want to feel comfortable when you talk. Using simple words helps you do all of this. Your brain works faster with easy words, your mouth moves more smoothly, and your listener gets your message without confusion. Let's look at a quick example. Here's a sentence that sounds very complex. The individual proceeded to articulate a multitude of perspectives regarding the matter at hand. What does that mean? It's hard to follow, right? Now, here's the same idea in simple words. He shared many ideas about the topic. Much better. The second version is clear and easy to understand. You don't need to stop and think. You just get it. And that's what good communication is all about. A real story, from confused to confident. Let me tell you a short story about a student named Ahmed. Ahmed always wanted to sound smart when he spoke English, so he learned lots of big words. In class, he would say things like, "I intend to elaborate on the multifaceted elements of the subject." But the problem was, nobody really understood him. His classmates would look confused. His teachers had to ask him to repeat what he said. And Ahmed often felt nervous while speaking. One day, he got some simple advice. Try using easier words. At first, he didn't believe it, but he gave it a try. Instead of saying, "I intend to elaborate," he said, "I want to explain." Instead of multifaceted elements, he said, "different parts." Something amazing happened. People started to understand him right away. He spoke more clearly. He didn't need to pause and think about which word to use. His speaking became faster, smoother, and more natural. Most importantly, he felt more confident. Ahmed didn't become a better speaker by learning harder words. He became a better speaker by using simpler ones. Why simple words? Work better. Your brain loves simple things. When you speak or listen, your brain processes words like tools. If the tool is too complex, your brain takes more time to understand and respond. But when you use simple words, your brain works faster. You don't have to stop and translate in your head. Simple words also help your listener. Think about a normal conversation. If the other person has to stop and think about what you mean, They might get confused, or worse, stop listening. But if your words are easy to follow, they stay with you. They understand you, and the conversation feels smooth and natural. Even native speakers avoid complex words in everyday speech. They don't say, "Let us commence the nourishment process." They just say, "Let's eat." They don't say, "That was a fascinating cinematic experience." They say, "The movie was great. Simpler is better. It's how people really talk." Misunderstandings and awkward moments. Have you ever used a big word in English only to find out it didn't mean what you thought? That happens often. Maybe you tried to say something important, but the word you used had a different meaning. Maybe the sentence sounded strange. That's how misunderstandings happen. Here's a fun test. Try to understand this sentence. The precipitation is anticipated to exacerbate transportation complications during the nocturnal hours. Not easy, right? Now let's try a simple version. Rain will make traffic worse tonight. Much better. You get the meaning right away. You feel confident. This is why simple words are so powerful. What you can do today. So, what can you do right now to improve your speaking? Start by listening. Watch how native speakers talk in interviews, in movies, or in daily conversations. Notice how they often use basic words. Write them down. Try using those same words in your own sentences. Next, take a look at how you speak. Are you trying to use difficult words to impress others? Try switching to easier words. Say start instead of commence. Say help instead of assist. Say fix instead of repair. You'll notice a big change. Your sentences will be shorter. Your thoughts will be clearer. You'll feel more relaxed when you speak, and the people around you will understand you better. Final thought. Remember this. Speaking well in English is not about showing off your vocabulary. It's about sharing your ideas clearly. It's about connection, not perfection. So the next time you want to say something in English, ask yourself, is there a simpler way to say this? If the answer is yes, go for it. Simple words are powerful. They help you speak better, think faster, and connect more deeply with others. In the next chapter, we'll talk about how to build your vocabulary the smart way, starting with the most useful words first. But for now, keep this in mind. Chapter 2. How to replace hard words with easy ones. So now you understand why simple words make you a better speaker. But here's the big question. How do you actually do it? How do you replace hard words with easy ones without sounding too basic or losing your meaning? In this chapter, we give you a clear, step-by-step method to simplify your English. We'll show you real examples of difficult sentences and how to make them easier. You'll learn a simple rule called the 3C rule. And by the end of this chapter, you'll be ready to speak more clearly, more confidently, and more naturally. Why people use difficult words, and why they shouldn't. Many English learners think that using big or smart words will impress people. Words like commence, utilize, or nevertheless. These words do exist in English, but native speakers rarely use them in everyday conversation. In fact, using difficult words can cause problems. Listeners may not understand you. You may forget what you were trying to say. You may sound unnatural or too formal. Here's the truth. Using simple words is not childish. It's smart. Even professionals, teachers, leaders, and public speakers use basic English. Why? Because they want their message to be clear. The 3C rule, a simple way to choose better words. When you're speaking or writing in English, follow the 3C rule. Choose clear, common, and correct words. Let's break it down. Clear means easy to understand. Common means words that most people know and use. Correct means the word is used in the right way. Let's try this with a sentence. We need to commence the operation. That sounds a bit formal and confusing. Now let's apply the 3C rule. We need to start the job. Much better. Start is clear, common, and correct. Real words you can replace. Tota. Here's a quick list of hard words and their simpler versions. A short story, how one learner got it right. Let me tell you about May, a beginner English learner from China. May wanted to sound smart, so she often used formal words she learned from books. She would say things like, I attempted to acquire a sufficient amount of information regarding the matter. But in real conversations, people didn't understand her. She felt frustrated. One day, her teacher told her, try saying it like this. I tried to get enough information about it. May was surprised. The sentence was shorter, easier to say, and everyone understood it. After that, May began changing her speaking style. She followed the 3C rule. She started using simple words. In just 1 week, her speaking became faster and more natural. She didn't feel nervous anymore. And her classmates said, wow, your English sounds really good now. What changed? Not her grammar, not her vocabulary, just the way she chose her words. Real examples, before and after. Let's look at some real sentences. See how we can make them easier. Example 1. She intends to terminate the agreement due to unforeseen complications. She wants to end the deal because of unexpected problems. Example 2. I will attempt to assist you with the assignment. I'll try to help you with the homework. Example 3. Nevertheless, the project was not successful, but the project didn't work. Each after version is shorter, simpler, and easier to say. That's the power of easy English. Try it yourself, your practice challenge. Now it's your turn. Take these 3 sentences and change them using the 3C rule. He commenced his presentation with a detailed overview. They will utilize this opportunity to improve their skills. I acquired this product last week. Pause for a moment. Can you simplify them? Here are one possible set of answers. He started his talk with a short summary. They will use this chance to get better. I got this last week. You did it. Simple, right? Final thought. Remember, the goal is not to sound fancy. The goal is to be understood. And that's what good speakers do. They choose words that help the listener, not words that impress them. So next time you speak English, stop and ask, is this word clear? Is it common? Is it correct? If it is, great. If not, choose a better one, a simpler one, because simple English is powerful. And the more you use it, the more fluent, confident, and connected you'll become. In the next chapter, we'll talk about real conversations and how to practice speaking without fear, even if your English isn't perfect yet. Chapter 3. Practice speaking with simple words. Daily method you can use. Let's make things real now. You've learned why simple words matter. You've learned how to choose them. But here's the most important part. You have to practice every day, even for just a few minutes. In this chapter, we give you a daily method that's easy, stress-free, and powerful. No long study sessions, no grammar books, just 10 minutes a day, speaking out loud with simple words. It works for beginners, it works for advanced learners, and it can work for you. Why speaking practice feels hard, and how to fix it. Most learners say, "I know words, but I can't speak. I feel nervous. I forget everything when I try to talk." That's because they don't practice speaking. They read, they listen, they write, but they don't talk. And when they do talk, they try to sound perfect. They use hard words. They translate from their native language, and they get stuck. Here's the truth. Speaking English well is not about big words. It's about clear daily practice. That's where the simple words speaking method comes in. The daily practice. Speak for 10 minutes with easy words. Here's the method. It takes just 10 minutes a day. You can do it alone, with a friend, or even in front of a mirror. Step 1. Choose 5 easy topics. Pick topics you know well. For example, your day, your city, your favorite food, your job or school, a movie or show you like. Step 2. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Talk about these 5 topics, 2 minutes each. Use only basic, simple words. Don't worry about grammar. Don't try to be perfect. Just talk. Step 3. Speak slowly and clearly. Don't rush. Use hand movements if needed. Smile while speaking. It relaxes your face and helps your voice. That's it. Just 10 minutes. No pressure, no stress, and huge results. Mini speech example. Talk about your day in 50 words. Let's say you want to talk about your day. Here's how you can do it with just 50 simple words. I woke up at 7. I made coffee. I went to work. I talked to my boss. I had lunch with my friend. I came home at 6. I watched a movie. Now I'm tired. It was a good day. I will sleep early. No big words, no perfect grammar, but it's clear, it's complete, and it's real English. If you can say something like this every day, your confidence will grow. Fast. The truth about vocabulary. You don't need 10,000 words. Here's a surprising fact. 1,000 common words cover 85% of everyday English. That means if you know just 1,000 words and use them well, you can understand most conversations and talk about almost anything in daily life. You don't need big words. You need the right words, and you need to use them often. A real story. Speaking for 10 minutes with just 500 words. Let me tell you a story about Arjun, a learner from India. Arjun wanted to speak English fluently, but he only knew 500 words. No grammar rules, No complex vocabulary. He followed a simple method. Every day he chose 3 topics. He talked about them in front of a mirror, slowly, clearly, using just those 500 words. At first, he could only speak for 2 to 3 minutes, but in 1 month, he was speaking for 10 minutes non-stop, using simple English. He joined an English club. People understood him. They liked talking to him. He became confident, not because of hard words, but because he practiced simply and daily. You can do it too. Your speaking plan: 5 days, big results. Here's a weekly plan to help you start. Day topics: Monday, my morning, my city. Tuesday, what I ate, what I watched. Wednesday, my friend, my family. Thursday, my job, school, my favorite place. Friday, what I learned this week, my weekend plan. Set your timer. Talk out loud. Use only easy words. That's your challenge. Final tips for daily practice. Here are 5 simple tips to make your speaking even better. Don't translate in your head. Think in English. Speak slowly. Speed is not fluency. Use body language. It helps you communicate. Smile when you speak. It builds confidence. Record yourself sometimes. You'll see progress. Remember, this is not a test. This is practice, and practice makes progress. Final thought. Speaking English doesn't need to be scary. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need big words. You just need to talk every day in simple, clear English. Start with 10 minutes. Stick to easy topics. Use easy words, and speak like you. The more you do this, the more your English will grow. Not only in words, but in confidence, fluency, and joy. In the next chapter, we'll show you how to think in English and why it's the key to speaking faster and more naturally. But for now, here's your challenge. Today, speak about your day using just 50 words. No notes, no grammar books, just your voice. Are you ready? Let's talk. Chapter 3. Practice. Speaking with simple words. Daily method you can use now. We give the learner a real method they can use every day. We introduce a short daily speaking practice. Choose 5 topics, e.g., your day, your city, your food, your job, your favorite movie, and try to talk about them using only basic words. We show how even advanced speakers use this method to build clarity. We give tips like, don't translate in your head, speak slowly, use body language, and smile when you talk. A powerful story about a learner who used only 300 to 500 core words to hold a 10-minute conversation can help keep viewers watching. The goal here is to build a simple daily speaking habit with no pressure, just practice. Spikes, mini speech example. How to talk about your day using only 50 words. Surprising fact: 1,000 words cover 85% of everyday English simple speaking plan. 10 minutes, 5 days, big results. If you learned something new today, I have a small request. Like this video so more learners can find it. Subscribe to this channel if you want more simple and powerful ways to learn English. And tell me in the comments, what's one hard word you changed to a simple one today? Remember, speaking better English is not about using big words. It's about using the right words, simple, clear, and strong. See you in the next video. Equals.